Welcome back to our True Melee playthrough slash tutorial. Last episode, we beat the Wall of Flesh, entering us into Hard Mode, and we're prepared to take on the rest of Hard Mode very much, and not cheat a ridiculous amount in the rest of this video. Let's start with figuring out what upgrades we can do and what bosses we will fight. So what we want to start by doing is we want to go and mine through the Hard Mode or progression tiers. Starting with Cobalt, then Mithril, then Adamantite. I decided that I would go for the Frost Armor, which is crafted from Frost Cores, because I wanted to shake things up a little, and I usually just go for like the third tier of the Ore Armor, but I kind of want to use some debuffs against the Destroyer, which isn't affected by debuffs. Now, as we grind for Frost Cores, which I'm definitely going to get all three of and not hack two of them in, let's talk about weapons. I would love to tell you that the Knight's Edge is not the best weapon for the next mechanical boss. Genuinely, nothing would please me more. However, there's two other options, and they're both pretty bad. We can get either the Adamantite Sword or Spear. Both of them have lower damage output and versatility than the Knight's Edge. Right now we're only looking for accessory and armor buffs. After what felt like eons waiting for an Ice Golem to spawn, I had to get very up close and personal to it, which led to my death. Don't worry though, I will be able to get the next Frost Core legitimately and without fail. Okay. Well, don't worry, I will still be grinding out the rest of the Frost Cores required to make the armor set. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, after a few more armor and accessory buffs, it's time to take on some bosses. I'd go off thinking the easiest one will be Skeletron Prime, because it's affected by the Frostbite debuff, and it's also much closer to the player than the twins, which allows me to do more damage over a longer period of time. I figure as long as I can take out the laser and the cannon easily, then destroying the other arms and the head should be pretty easy. This lets me finally upgrade my weapon, and I'll actually have two options to choose from. Thankfully, I can craft both. The Excalibur is a sword upgrade, and the Gungnir is a spear upgrade, both of which do great damage, with the Excalibur being much better close-up, and the Gungnir having some more range, making it better for targets that are far away. Knock knock, here's a bunch of red devils to come beat the shit out of me. Maybe it's a punishment for something that I did, maybe it's a punishment for something that I'm gonna do, I don't know! Maybe I've sinned a little too much, and the game decided that I'm supposed to be punished for this. With that violent experience sure to cause many angry outbursts in the very near and very realistic future, it's time to take on the twins for our second mechanical boss. It's time to take on the Destroyer for our second mechanical boss. God, this fight was a complete massacre, but a resounding success for the one person that matters in this world, myself. With the Gungnir in our arsenal, it's finally time that we have enough range to poke the twins and their stupid little eyeballs and give them disgusting amounts of pain and bleeding over a period of 3 weeks. After downloading 367 terabytes of Fortnite clips into their skulls and overloading their memories and then tearing their wires out, we know that it's finally time to get another weapon upgrade, the True Excalibur, which is made out of chlorophyte bars and the Excalibur we've been using for so long. With the True Excalibur crafted and very few improvements to our armor set and accessories, we're ready to take on Plantera and get very surprised when she comes into our arena and rolls over our tiny little clown car with her monster truck after we politely ask her to move her vehicle because she is taking up 89 spaces in the Walmart parking lot. After crafting the Fire Gauntlet and making some very intricate and complex changes to our arena and strategy, we defeat Plantera by asking her very loudly at the family gathering how her journey clean from alcohol is going, knowing full well that she's been relapsing for the past 6 months. We have two weapon upgrades here, the Horseman's Blade and the Starlight, both of which will be incredible weapon upgrades, And I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it here. I cheated them both in, but I tried really hard, so you gotta realize it's for the content. And I wanna make things easier on myself because this video is... What am I doing with my life? But that's a different question for a different video, because right now, we have a golem to kill. And holy hell, I was trying it with the True Excalibur earlier. It is so much easier. I shouldn't have just said, fuck it, we ball. Because like, oh my goodness, this is such an easier time. Next up is the Lunatic Cultist. Seriously though, we just kind of like trapped it in a wall, and it kind of couldn't hurt us whatsoever. Also, we have the beetle armor now. I did get that legitimately, trust me. Anyway, this fight is pretty trivial, but I guess it's just because it's on classic mode. Pillars suck, but pillars always suck. So let's start talking about the Moon Lord. The Moon Lord fight requires an insane amount of mobility and very fast movement horizontally and vertically, which means that my pumpkin projectiles, which are legal in this playthrough because they are spawned from the sword actually hitting an opponent and not swinging. Because of this, my slow-ass pumpkin projectiles can't actually hit the eyes, which means like a decent chunk of my DPS is severely limited by me having to stay still and tank damage, which eventually just results in my death. The Starlight here is what will save the run. I did cheat it in. I'm sorry. It's for content, I swear. I will cheat less the next time. Also, if you are lobbying for my suffering because I have been cheating, just know that you guys will still be fine because I spent a ridiculous amount of time searching for a paladin shield to upgrade my accessories. Fun fact, I never got that. With the Starlight by my side, the improvements are palpable. My steampunk wings finally let me fly over the lasers, and the Starlight does an insane amount of damage. A definite giant DPS boost. In fact, I might actually be using the Starlight for my playthroughs following now. It's just such a good weapon with such insane DPS, and I never realized the potential of it. Thanks to that random person in my comments for suggesting it. Holy shit, this would have taken like 8 more weeks to come out if I hadn't gotten this. Although I should have gotten it legitimately, I still think this is a pretty decent video and completion of this challenge. I definitely wouldn't put it on my list of challenges that I have completed, but I would definitely say it's something I tried, and I would definitely suggest that you do it yourself. Next playthrough, I'm not sure what it's gonna be. It's gonna be something pretty neat, but yeah, feel free to like this video if you agree that I suck at this game, and I'll see you later. I never want to hear about this playthrough ever again.